Okay. Welcome to Lemonade Thoughts, a show where my guests and I question the moral thoughts and actions that everyday people question. In this episode, we'll talk about what makes things funny, the purpose of human psychology, and the history of making things funny. I'm here with my special guests, Peter and Emily. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi everybody, I'm Emily, and I'm a senior here at Gonzaga Prep, and I'm so excited to talk about comedy because it's one of my favorite topics.
Hi, I'm Peter. I'm a junior here at G Prep. I'm excited to explore the philosophy aspect of it because it was only last year when I started getting into philosophy, and now I kind of have a passion for it. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start up on the first question. What makes something funny in general, like to you guys, or just general funniness?
This is going to sound bad, but when little kids get hurt.
Excuse me?
No, wait. They have to be bratty. I mean,
Yeah.
well, then again.
Ooh.
No, yeah, they have to be mean. Like,
Yeah.
say your little brother was picking on you all day, right? And then, like they say, they know things you don't. And then they fall down and just smash their face into the concrete, and there's like a sense of satisfaction that's just overwhelming.
I can just imagine in my head, like, just my brother. I think I've seen something, but there was like a video I saw where like a little boy picked up a ball and was like, "What's this?" And then a guy was like, "Huh!" and then like went into the air like, and then oh yeah,
and then ding, and then wang, and then
Yeah.
boom, boom.
There's just there's something about physical humor. I think that like all of us can. Yeah. Oh, I love physical humor.
Slapstick. That's one of the easier humors. So I mean, like different kinds of humor is like slapstick, dark comedy, self-depriving humor from stand-up comedians where like they're like, "Oh, I hate my life," and "Oh, this happened where I was an idiot," and then there's highbrow, lowbrow comedy and situational comedy like The Office or Steinfeld where they're in a place and something happens. Parodies like Monty Python, wordplay with puns, deadpan comedy, observational comedy, and romantic comedy, and anti-jokes where a person makes a joke and the person thinks they're going to make a joke, but then they just answer with a regular thing like what does Batman say to Robin before they get into their car?
What?
Get in the car.
But that wouldn't make sense. That would like.
But that's the
Batman
funny
would have
part.
to
Yeah,
say it.
you're
The
like
funny part is like you're.
Robin wouldn't say that to Batman.
No, but Batman
wait.
said it.
There's
Batman
another
said it.
joke I thought of. What is a Irish? An Irishman gets out of a bar.
That's not true. They
That's-
never leave the bar.
That's just regular
That's
day.
the joke
Yeah.
because that would never happen.
Exactly.
They live at the bar.
Yeah. So
They don't have their little rat holes.
yeah. What kind of
Conspiracy theory.
what kind of that's a different podcast. What kind of movies or TV shows do you guys like enjoy the comedy from?
I love a British comedy show called Fleabag. It's 2 seasons. Interestingly, it was actually a play first, a one-woman play. And it's written by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She also plays the main character, Fleabag. And I think it's just I've never seen a comedy like it before. It's very brutal. It's very, there's a lot of sex. And it's just like very much... it's just everything is right there out in the open, and I think it's actually just a really interesting way to look at grief and our darkest parts of ourselves while also like accepting that, you know? So anyways, Fleabag.
Let's say the originally I thought of one, but I can think of 2 now. There's the first one is One Day at a Time. I love that show. It's such a good show. Like
It is.
the Cuban family, like it's like it kind of like. It's obviously dramatizes maybe just a little bit of like what immigrants have to face when they move here and like their past and all that stuff, but then like the show has such good control over the viewer, and at a moment it can make you cry because you're so invested into it, and then at another moment you could be laughing your head off because you just find everything they say so funny. And then the other show I was thinking of was Jane the Virgin. I loved that show. I watched all
Another
seasons.
good show.
I don't know that many shows. I've been only like true to some shows. Like I watched a show called Ghosts. You guys know that? It's about
No.
a show where a woman can see ghosts in her house, and she like lives in a situation where the ghosts are living with her, and like they have pasts and they died in a certain way, and they're stuck to the house and they can't go anywhere. And it's all situational comedy where she is trying to make her mansion that she inherited from her aunt or grandma or something, doesn't matter, into a B&B. And so she's trying to make the place, but the ghosts are also there. And now that she can see them, she's not like being haunted by them anymore. She's kind of just seeing them, and they're saying like, no, don't do it. And then they eventually get on board and whatever. There's a Christmas episode, and it's just fun because they like unlock secrets of the mansion and why the people died that day. And it's really funny.
That sounds like a good idea for like a situational
It
humor
is.
thing. Like, it's hard to come up with those sometimes. you
Yeah.
know?
And then it's because she got into an accident where she almost like she was 3 seconds technically dead, and that's why she can see ghosts. And she was able to see ghosts everywhere, and ghosts are like trapped in a certain where they died in a certain place, and then so there's like a car ghost who died in a car, so they
Like
can't leave that
paranormal.
car. Yeah.
Ugh.
And then there's a funny moment where she was talking to a doctor, and she was like, I feel like I can see ghosts, and I feel like I'm going insane. And the guy's like, oh, I've seen this before. You can actually see ghosts because you were close to death. And she was like, how do you know this? Well, this happened 150 years ago. And, oh my gosh, he's a ghost. And there was like the actual doctor came in, and she was like, okay, so I'm here talking about it was so good.
It's given Sixth Sense.
I thought the doctor was gonna say you're schizophrenic.
So like, do you guys enjoy stand-up comedy, sketch comedy, or improvisational comedy more?
Let's see. I like improv has such a potential to be super funny, but it also has the potential to go downhill so fast. It's like a gamble. But I do feel like improv is because it's just more natural, and feels like a bit more human than like a sketch, because it's all written out and you have to feel this way. But
Well, some people are better at improv than others.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more like the person sometimes. But I've seen some scenes go wrong, and it's like everybody's dead and
wrong.
And
And-
the story dies, and there's
Yeah.
no momentum.
and they're like, new plot. And
Yeah.
my mother, she was in a car accident.
yeah.
And then it just gets bad. It's just like, we don't know how to make this and anything. It's like, guys, I just had a heart attack.
It's like it doesn't need to go that far. You
No.
can just start talking.
Yeah.
I love improv. I was part of an improv group, and it was called Bricks, and we were gonna go to San Francisco to like do a little competition thing, but then COVID hit, and I haven't done improv since. But like a really big part of it is just like getting to know the other actors in your group and like your place in the scenes. And there's such a big dynamic with improv. Sometimes you have to take the wheel, sometimes you're just like a back burner and you support the story. So I think improv can be super creative. I love it. I really love stand-up comedy, honestly. I'm on a stand-up comedy high right now.
Yeah. I mean, there's also, like, do you guys think any differently of Saturday Night Live? Like, how do you feel about that? Has it been going for too long? Is it okay?
I mean, I feel like it's just a giant satire.
Do you think that?
Well, that's what I've heard. I've never watched Saturday Night Live. I
Yeah.
think I've seen like clips of people like Anna Kendrick and like other famous celebrities on
Love
it.
Anna Kendrick.
Hmm.
Oh, I know, right?
I would marry her.
Is Saturday Night Live the one with Jimmy Fallon?
No, Saturday Night Live's the big sketch one.
Oh,
You know, like Kate McKinnon and all that.
Felissa Villasenor
Yeah.
and
Studio 1A at Rockefeller Plaza.
yeah,
you know?
it's
maybe.
it's a whole thing about them coming up with like after a week or sometimes more, they make scenes and then they show them, and they've been going on for a while, and so people are like, maybe it's like people are going like where it's been like 15 years and I've watched you since I was a little boy and now they're 40 or something.
Yeah.
And so it's something that's been too, like some people are saying it's been too often, like too much time has happened where it's like it's not a memorable thing, it's more just like they're trying to get views and they're replaying some scenes, and so it just kind of gone downhill in some views in some people.
I definitely think they should take more time to produce higher quality skits, because ultimately they're not, the people that are watching the show aren't there because of the constant new stuff and more and more and more, the consumer rates and stuff like that. They're there because they want to find the jokes funny. Like, I don't know.
It's more about like how it's the same people who are making the jokes, and so they're kind of, it's like the same people don't have, like they need more people for more idea kind of thing where
Like a
I think they need new writers.
yeah, because they've had the same writers for so long, and it's kind of more just like they're still kind of relevant because they are talking about comedy in political sense that's happening right now.
Ooh.
And so it's more like they can make fun of this because it's happening right now and we don't know what will happen afterward. Like it's more at the time it's fun.
I think I love SNL. I'm actually a really big fan of the whole cast, and I'm really sad that Cecily Strong left because I think she's a brilliant actress and a brilliant comedian. But I will say there is one like big thing wrong with the past, maybe I'd say 8 years of SNL, and it's just that those golden like scenes and those golden ideas are just so few in between. I think that the Please Don't Destroy videos from SNL are hilarious. They're very new.
Yes.
And like a very new twist, but a lot of their like political sketches just fall short because they're trying to meet expectations instead of doing something original. But I'm excited for Aubrey Plaza to host SNL pretty soon.
Yeah. Let's get back on topic. You know those kind of jokes where it's like the chicken crossed the road, and like what makes that joke funny? Like it's just the classic here, like what's the deal with airline food? It's the classic just that joke. So what do you think makes the chicken cross the road joke funny?
Let's see. I think it's like the subjectiveness to it, because you can turn it into anything. It's like such an open-ended question that you can have any sort of array of answers, like why did the chicken cross the road?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know, maybe to get some KFC, which is like which is like an irony because it's eating chicken.
Well, I mean, it originally
chicken?
was the joke. It technically is an anti-joke because like what's the chicken doing? Oh, it's going to be a joke. And it's like the chicken crossed the road. Oh, it's just one of those stupid jokes or whatever.
Yeah.
That was the point. And now it's becoming like, oh, that's a stupid joke. Just say, why'd the chicken cross the road? To get its meds or something. It has depression. So just shut up, okay? So that kind of stuff. That's the reason why it was like that.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you guys think of like tragic events being seen as like humorous, like making jokes out of things that terrible like people died in, or like World War II or 9/11, that kind of stuff? Like what kind of jokes is that acceptable for people to say, that kind of joke?
I'd say it depends on the circumstance. Like if it's a fresh event, then probably not. If it's more of like a midway kind of thing, I guess you could use jokes to kind of like cope with loss. And kind of
It's less connected to the people that because the time went on.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
kind of.
I think like there's I think that kind of dark humor that's like specified towards issues or topics or events that like we all know of and we all were aware of, like 9/11 or shootings or things like that. They can be a real opportunity for like having a conversation about those things, but you also have to be careful to not like specify or make the joke about like a group of people. Like you could make a 9/11 joke and I'd be fine with that, but once you make it Islamophobic or xenophobic, then that's a different story.
Well, what about racial stereotypes? Like, those are plenty of jokes.
Yeah. I think when it comes to stereotypes, if the person who wrote it or who is doing the joke is like of that race, then it's okay. It's fine. Or like I think there's sometimes when people can, as long as it's not harmful,
Yeah. I mean, it technically, like, historically, because there was like the thing of like the stereotype of like black people can't swim. That's from black communities not having access to a pool and white communities having access. So it's like historically it's different, and that's why racial stereotypes go in, or the same kind of thing of Asian smart math kind of thing. It's all from historical backgrounds of just that, and then people are making jokes out of it. So, I mean, you could say the same thing to white people saying, "Oh, salt is too spicy for me."
Yeah, period.
Yeah. So, that kind of thing can make it funny. But what about generational humor? Like millennial humor, Gen Z, or boomer humor?
I feel like most of Gen Z's humor is like sound effect and with crazy video going on in the background. It's like a fart sound effect, and then a boom. Whoa! And then like all these just clips.
Oh my
really
god!
like super
me
fast
some
succession.
milk.
I feel like this generation, or Gen X kind of, is like has such a high consuming rate, I guess. It's like they constantly need everything all the time.
You got TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and
like everything. They just need to keep themselves like busy. But then, as not being a millennial, I don't understand millennial humor as much.
I don't get it.
But
Okay. Well, going through like humor like that, I'm going to say this is going to be a game that anybody else can play while listening. I'm going to say a bunch of jokes from different decades, and you're going to have to guess which decade they come from. And most of these will be from the 1900s, but one will be from the 1800s, and another will be from the 2000s.
Okay.
So
I just watched Grease recently, so I think I've got a pretty good.
Okay.
Great
handle.
timepiece, really.
So, two hikers were walking through the woods when one suddenly confronted a giant bear. Immediately, one of the men took off their boots and pulled on a pair of track shoes and began putting them on. "What are you doing?" cried his companion. "We cannot run that bear, even with jogging shoes." "Who cares about the bear?" said the first hitchhiker. "All I have to worry about is outrunning you."
Classic.
Yeah. What decade?
Oh, that's like a dad joke.
Totally. I feel like it'd be either.
What decades? It's definitely 19 something.
Yeah, it's definitely
That's
19
almost everything. You can't just say that.
Ni-
I guess it's 19.
19.
I don't think it's recent.
Like,
Well, let me think. When do you think
just
they
need to-
invented track? Well, no.
Okay,
that's
I'm
a
gonna
bit
give you a
broad.
time limit of like 15 seconds.
You're
okay,
right.
I'm gonna say
Okay,
1960s.
I was gonna say 1970s or
Okay.
80s.
Okay, it was 1980s.
Ah.
Okay,
You're
so
right.
1 point to Peter.
Yeah.
A man walks into the records office and asks to change his name. The clerk is not keen on helping, but asks the man his name, and the man replies, "My name's Adolf Stinkfoot." The clerk is sympathetic and decides to allow the man to change his unfortunate name. What do you want to change it to?" asks the clerk. The man replies, "Maurice Stinkfoot."
This is this is definitely very earlier on, like maybe a little bit after
It's-
Holocaust.
The way he
Yeah.
said records office. We don't
Yeah.
have those anymore.
No.
Unless you work in a
I want to say
hospital,
it's
I guess.
1920s, 1930s, or 1950s.
Wait, it had to
Say
be after
one.
World
I
War
know.
II.
But just let me
Was it
think.
after the Holocaust?
I'm not saying
You
it.
can't.
It
You're
was
not
definitely
saying.
after the Holocaust
Did you
because they mentioned Adolf and Marie Curie.
Yeah. Is it? Oh. Okay. So it has to.
I mean,
be,
there was comedy about Hitler and stuff during this stuff. So
Okay.
it could be just anything. What?
I'm gonna go with 1930s.
I'm going with 50s.
50s?
Mm-hmm.
It's 1940s.
Oh.
So it's a tie. Okay.
Well, okay. This guy over here said 30s. World War II ended in the 40s. You know
Well,
that?
I'm a bit dumb. You see.
History is my favorite subject.
Oh,
I haven't
man.
learned about recent history, just
Okay.
U.S. We stopped at Civil War.
Okay. Senator McCarthy is going to disclose the names of 2 million communists. He just got his hands on a Moscow telephone book.
Right now.
This is recent. This is definitely recent. But so you said the most of them were in the 1900s. I'm gonna say.
Well,
I'm gonna
it's
say
also
2000s.
communists. You're saying 2000s?
Yeah, 2022, baby.
1990s.
It's 1950s.
I was closer.
What? But
But it's communists. Communists been around.
Oh.
It's just Adolf Hitler again. It's that again.
I didn't
Oh,
hear the Adolf
you
Hitler
said
part.
Senator
No, I said-
McCarthy, and I was like,
Oh.
I was like, yes,
It's
Speaker
going to
McCarthy.
Oh, my God.
Yes,
It's
the Speaker of the
it's
House.
2 million
I'm
communists.
sorry.
Nah.
You
Okay.
win.
No, it's
Sorry?
we're still going.
Oh,
Damn.
good.
We used to play spin the bottle when I was a kid.
Uh-oh.
A girl would spin the bottle. If the bottle was pointed to you, then when it stopped, the girl would either kiss you or give you a nickel. By the time I was 14, I owned my house.
This is definitely 1960s or 1970s.
I
No doubt. I'm gonna go with 1970s.
1970s? Emily?
Greece has done this to me.
didn't you say that one of them is from the 1800s?
Yes. You would think that would from the 1800s?
I don't know. It's the nickel part. Who values nickels?
Well, I
anymore?
mean, it's the
No,
thing.
I feel like
If I
we're
had
in
a
the
penny for
past.
any time I said I did this,
Oh,
it's that
okay.
kind of thing.
I'd say 80s.
80s?
Yeah.
What'd you
did I
say? What
Did you say
Didn't you?
80s?
I think
You
I
said 70s, right?
Oh, 70s.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 1990.
Damn it.
That's a dub for me.
Okay.
I can't believe I went with the 1800s at first.
Okay. Grandmother, how useless are girls today? I don't believe you even know what needles are for. How absurd you are, grandmother. Of course
1960s.
I know what needles are for. They're to make the graphophone play.
1800s. The graphophone.
The graphophone?
I like the
I'm probably saying that wrong.
Fa-fa-fa.
It's graphophone. Graphophone. That's how it's spelled.
I get it, 'cause it's like a women stitching up stuff thing.
Well, I feel like it was only kind of. I'm gonna go with.
I don't know what a graphophone is. Do you?
I don't know what a graphophone is.
It's one of those
either.
things where it's like put it on the record and it spins. Like,
Oh, it's a record player.
Yeah.
Record player.
Kind of.
I don't know.
Oh, is it one of the ones with the big horn?
I don't know.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go with 1960s again.
It's 1910s.
God damn it.
I was
Okay.
closer.
A man got up one morning and couldn't find his alarm clock, so he asked his wife what become of it, and she said it went off to 6 o'clock.
What?
It went off to 6 o'clock. That's where the clock went.
It went off.
This is such a
A man
dumb
got up.
joke.
A man got up one morning and couldn't find his alarm, so he asked his wife what had become of it. She said it went off to 6 o'clock.
Okay.
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 By being dumb, you guys might understand where this
Oh
joke
my
comes
God.
from.
Okay.
Where do you think the time?
Down under? Wait, no, I don't understand it because it said 6 o'clock.
It's saying
No,
that the
it's
clock
saying-
went there.
It went to 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, wherever that is.
It's dumb.
Okay.
It could be anything.
He
Just
he grew a pair of legs and walked out.
I don't know.
Right? That's it. Maybe. I don't know.
It went off at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it went off at 6 o'clock.
Oh.
God. Okay.
No, I get it.
Okay. What
Um,
decade?
I don't care. 1960s again.
1960s again.
I was gonna do that.
You can do the same thing, but you'll be tied if you get it right.
You want to take that bet?
70s.
70s. It's the 1800s.
I was
Oh.
closer.
Oh, dang
It was an 1800s joke.
Now it's 3-2.
It was one of the better ones I found, which was not that good from the selection.
The comedy has gotten better
Well,
over the years.
Well, that's the whole point of this whole show. Like, what makes comedy? It's at
Period.
different times. Like, political comedy changes too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what goes in the shower? A woman. That's.
Oh my god.
I mean, honestly, no,
It's
because
like a
it goes
joke
to
in the
show.
1820s.
When you were saying that joke about the Soviets or the communists or whatever, when you said McCarthy, I was like, oh yeah, Senator McCarthy. That just goes to show, like, I mean, there were 2 McCarthys. There's
whatever.
one now and one then.
It's whatever. It's okay. So,
A clone. He's never
history,
died, actually.
baby.
No, it's just he's never died. Maybe that's a conspiracy theory.
oh god. 2 hunters are out in the woods when one of them collapses. He's not breathing and his eyes are glazed. The other guy whips out his cell phone and calls 911. I think my friend is dead, he yells. What can I do? The operator says, calm down. First, make sure he's dead. And then you hear on the other side, okay, what now?
Oh my god.
That was really
That
dark.
was so brutal.
I like that. He murdered his friend.
He said
Yeah.
they said cell phone.
Well, just
so it
make
has to
sure
be
he-
somewhat
Make sure
recently,
he's dead.
like past 1970s.
Oh, cell phone. You're
Yeah.
right. Oh, 2000s.
Damn it! Why am I giving you hints? I always
2000?
do this.
I'm gonna say 2000s.
Whenever I play trivia, I always like give everyone
Oh,
hints.
it's Senator McCarthy. Damn it. Why'd I say it?
Okay, the first thing I thought when you were saying that, I was like, 2 guys out in the woods straight. Ain't nobody queer would ever do that.
No. But what decade?
2000s.
2000?
In the woods. And he had a gun. Why did he call her if he... No, you know what? Never mind. That's not the
1980s.
point.
It's the 2000s.
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
Why are we tied
Blueface, baby.
again?
One last one.
Uh-oh.
And
this is the game. This is what decides.
well, it doesn't. You're up 2 points, so
No,
let's just
I'm
say
not.
it's
Oh,
tied or
dang it.
something. Was you?
No, I've been
no-
counting. We're tied.
Okay, you're
You've been
tied.
counting?
Okay,
Yeah.
last one.
as hell.
Oh, I gotta find an okay one, I guess.
I see.
Muttered over a martini. I hate golf. The only reason I play is to make it easier for my family to think of something to give me for Christmas.
It's a man.
Correct.
That's a
There's no-
white man.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
That's a
white-
straight
it's a
white
white
man right
man.
there.
That's a
With a
man who
farmer's
makes
tan.
A white man? No.
Okay, what decade?
What decade?
What decade?
I feel like that's...
It's a golf thing, so it's kind
He
of
said-
somewhat recent.
Wait, what was the drink at the...
It's a martini.
A martini.
So, I mean, golf and a martini isn't,
Golf,
and Christmas isn't that.
Martini, Christmas.
Oh, you're
1990s.
looking into your soul for this one.
I really...
1990s.
That's your answer?
I'm prepared to lose.
I'm gonna say...
What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Huh?
Hey, stop it.
Trying to psych her out.
70s.
Are you sure? Are you
I
guys?
swear if it's
you guys locked in?
1980s. I swear.
It's 1970s. Emily wins. Okay.
Thank you.
Here's your award. Here's your giant award on this podcast where we can't show it because it's definitely
Oh my
here.
God, thank you so much.
Yeah, and
It
there's
moves?
and here's a giant cake. Yeah, and then there's a
That's
whole
beautiful.
mariachi band. Okay.
They're so talented.
Yeah. Get him out of here. So, let's get into our final stuff. Like, what makes a good friend or relationship? Does it involve comedy?
Aw.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be able to like know how to push each other's buttons.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, comedy is definitely important. They if the relationship's gonna work, you both need to know how to take a joke at each other that's directed towards each other.
Yeah, and I think it's such a good way to like bond with people. I bond with people and I make friends over like making jokes, and I think that's like one of I would say that I'm like a friendly person because I use jokes to interact with people. And also, I hope that the people who I know and who I love and who I care about, I make jokes with them and at their expense to show kind of like my love and affection for them.
But you, like, say, like, you don't need to be, like, could you think of a relationship that doesn't involve humor? Like, could you be friends with a person who you're not, like, Laffy Taffy with?
I think it would be hard for me, but I think maybe.
Well, what kind of relationships are those? Like, today, it's easier to have relationships like those because you're online or you're doing, like, you're gaming with somebody. That's a thing where people are friends like that.
Honestly, personally, I'd say no. It's so exhausting to be in a relationship that doesn't have any humor.
Yeah.
Because, like, if it's always serious or it's, like,
Well, it's not serious.
bigger
it's
topics
just not,
or just, like, not
going in.
funny. I don't know. I want to have a fun time and laugh.
You can have a fun time. You can go to
Okay.
Disneyland. You're not going to laugh about it.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, I think
I mean, you could. It just wouldn't be the best relationship it could be.
I would say, like, I don't know, my boss maybe,
Yeah.
or like somebody like that. I guess there are boundaries there, but still, I crack jokes with everybody.
yeah, it's kind of more just social to start with jokes, too.
Yeah, and also I think it's like it eases you into the conversation to
Yeah.
know.
Okay. Anything else anybody wants to say? Like, about that topic? We still have, like, one or two more topics we can talk about.
Oh, I'm excited to answer more questions.
Okay. If you were born with a different name, would you have a different personality?
Yes.
Yes. Oh
Yes.
my God, yes. If my name was Maximus Primavera,
That's
there's
very
no way I would be the
that's
person I am now.
very
That's
specific.
Yeah. Is that what
Okay.
you dream about at night?
No, it's way weirder.
If my name was Stanley Chibbersworth. Like, I mean, I came up with the analogy, like, Einstein. Like, everybody says, you're such an Einstein, or, like, stop being such an Einstein. What if his name was Dave?
Yeah.
Like, nobody, like, the
Smith.
significance of him would just go
Yeah.
down the drain.
I mean, he's still a famous scientist. You can't just say, oh,
No,
You'd be
his name
like,
is
"Oh,
Dave.
you're
He's a
such a Dave
scientist.
Smith.
It's like Mendeleev. That's like it's a pretty
Yeah.
good last name.
Obama. That's what I'm
Obama.
thinking. Obama, baby. Nicki Minaj.
No one
Like,
can
these
beat
are
that.
good names.
Like, these are good names.
Millie Bobby Brown.
But if it was just
What?
yes,
Billy
oh
Bobby
my-
Brown?
No,
No,
Millie
Millie
Bobby Brown.
Oh, Billy Bobby Brown.
triple
like,
beat.
I just think so. I'm so jealous
If his
of people
name was
with
like
cool names.
Dave
Taylor Swift,
Field,
Harry Styles.
I don't know. Dave Field just sounds like such a boring name. No one's gonna remember that.
Well, I mean, does it really matter if a person's name is Harry Styles? Like, that's just a regular name, and then it's just like they got famous. Oh, that's a cool name. Like, it's
Yeah.
cool. Like, you can find cool names like Peter Parker. That's a cool name.
That's a
Pickle
cool
Pants.
name.
Pickle Pants. What? It's just
That's my dog's name.
Pickle
Pickle
Pants.
Pants?
Pickle Pants, yeah.
What?
That's what I
That's
call
such a
him, Pickle
great
Pants.
name.
Pickle, yeah. His
I love
legal
Do
name
you
is
call
Harley.
him Mr. Pants?
We call him Mr. Pickle.
That's what I call
Oh.
my dog. I call him Mr. Pants because we like to call him Murphy Pants.
Mm.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
Anyway, yeah,
Wait,
sorry.
can I just say that I hate the name Emily and I wish I had a different name?
What would you
What
change
was
your
that name?
I don't know. Anything else, I guess? Well, not anything else, but just like, I just think that Emily is a really basic name.
Okay,
And it doesn't
If
set
we
me
had a
apart.
different name, what would it be?
Uh-oh.
I'd be Quinn.
Quinn?
Quinn.
I could see Quinn. I think he would be like,
I don't know. It's really hard.
maybe
know,
like
for
a
me-
Johnny or something.
For me personally, what?
Like a Johnny or something.
No.
A
don't
Johnny's
like
a
that?
50s name.
I'd
Johnny.
cry. I'd cry if my name was Johnny.
Really?
What's your
Um,
middle name?
Anthony.
Johnny.
You could be an Anthony.
Yeah.
I could be.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
that.
Oh, yeah. There's also middle and last names. Like, my middle name is Joseph because I have a long line of Joes in my family. So, is that like...
Jojo Siwa.
So,
I
like,
middle names.
if... Like, the whole name, like, that changes you in some way. How? like because you're called that, or like if you had that your whole life, how would that really change you?
Oh, I think there's a science behind it.
Definitely.
I think people with the first name Zach are more likely to be meaner
Yeah,
people.
that's immediately thought like violent. I had a friend
Yeah.
whose name was Zachary, and he was really violent.
Yeah, I think there are names like that, or like I think
Emily?
Emily.
No, wait. I know. I was just talking to you.
Oh yeah,
I meant like I know that we had a friend named Zach.
we did have a friend named Zach.
Yeah.
He wasn't super mean.
No, I mean, he was technically mean when he stayed with another guy named Carson.
Period.
And
Carson, another
Carson
name.
is like also kind of like
Kanye, another name.
more of
Okay, so there's there's been skits of like different like Saturday Night Live did a whole thing where they were like we're at a place that people's names get changed, and it's like Mario Party,
Oh,
and like
is that
that's
the
their
one
full
where
name.
they have all the like genital jokes in the names?
Probably.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, if you're being
Those
you're
are my
being
favorite
Hugh
jokes.
Jackman.
Huge Ackman.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of different names, but there's also names like there was this ugly girl, and then there was this very pretty girl, and the pretty girl had a terrible name like Elizabeth.
How dare!
Shout out to all the Elizabeths out
No,
there.
I'm talking about like it's an old-fashioned name, so the parents
Yeah,
treated the
like
girl
Dolly.
like she was ugly, and then the ugly girl was named like think of a pretty name,
Diana.
Diane or something.
Yeah.
Like
something
she had that name, and so
nice.
people thought like, oh, she must be great, and like so they had a whole skit talking about how the ugly girl was great because her name was that, and then there was like a thing where like a letter came in, and there was a secret admirer named like Jack, and like, oh, he sounds like a good boy, and then there was like
Jack always sounds like kind of like a rebel to me.
Jack.
I had
Yeah.
a Jack friend, and he was kind of just like, I don't want to be mean, but he's like a bit unstable.
Names make people unstable.
well, because they're like set to it. I learned
Yeah.
to enjoy my name because I like how it's like unisex. It's also a thing that can be like I'm Max, so I can be Maximum or Maximus, meaning greatest in something. So I mean, I got my name from from it being an apostle like Maximus,
Same.
and yeah, same
Mm-hmm.
You got a
Vader.
biblical name?
biblical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Mine is just like white girl 101 Emily.
Yeah, I mean, it's different.
I
But-
wish I had a different name.
You wish, yeah.
You think of any ideas?
No.
Olive?
I feel like
Oliver would be a pretty good name.
Oliver
Yeah.
for me?
Yeah, I could see you being an Oliver.
Hold up, I'm gonna look for names.
Interesting.
Okay, James is a very popular name.
I like the name James. I
had
think
a
it's a
friend
sweet
whose name
name.
was James, and I feel like he was really stuck up.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, well, I guess we're off that side. But I mean, come on. There's like William, Henry, Noah, Daniel, Emma,
I hate to say it, but they're all so basic.
Mia, Leo,
Yeah.
Okay.
Samuel,
Mia's not as basic as a name.
Isabella, Alexander, Hamilton, Benjamin, David. Oliver is one of them. Wow.
Oliver is a
Yeah,
good name.
It's a good name. Plus, it's also a
Oliver,
really good
Ollie.
color.
I'd also name a dog that, but that's besides the
Yeah.
point. Popular dog names. Whoa. What if I did a thing where
What if we named people like dog names?
I'm technically a dog name? I'm
Yeah,
Max.
Max.
Max is a dog name.
I feel like
It's
every name is a dog name.
I mean, it's
technically.
no,
no
it's
one would
not.
name their dog Peter.
Bella.
Literally, no one would.
What are you
name their
talking
dog
about?
Peter. What? People name their dog Peter?
Maybe. I don't know.
The only
Peter.
I
peop-
just know that there's a dog
Peter
in
sounds like a cat
the
name.
Grinch. Yeah, Max.
Is it? Oh yeah, that's yeah,
Yeah.
Max.
And then Max and Ruby. Ruby and Max. Dun-dun-dun.
Oh,
The
classic.
bunny show.
Yeah.
Classic show.
What are you talking about?
What? They were bunnies.
Yes.
That's what I said. It's the
I
bunny
thought
show.
you just said it like, oh, the bunnies. Like, I don't
No,
know.
Give
it's
some
like-
respect to
it
Max
was a
and
good
Ruby.
show.
Yeah.
It was just like the way they pronounce, like they deliver their lines, just sounded so boring and
Yeah, they're probably
uninteresting.
like 5 years old.
Well, yeah, but that's why they're boring and uninteresting.
Yeah. Just so names do count.
Names count.
I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely.
they do change. Like if a person was named, I don't know, just
plus
going
there's,
off the
like-
top of my head, Trump. I don't know, Donald. Maybe Donald. There's
Donald
also a
Duck.
Donald Duck.
Yeah, well, 'cause today with like social media or like I don't know, anybody could be famous. Like the name you get famous with, it's
Charli
the name
D'Amelio.
you're stuck with. Yeah, exactly. And so
I mean,
like,
it sounds like somebody. It sounds like somebody famous when you say it like that. Like,
yeah.
oh, James Oliver. Well, that's like a character that I know.
Mm.
And so it's more just like there's some famous Maxes out there.
Mm-hmm.
None of them I can say that are me.
I just don't think anybody's ever gonna be like Emily McCulloh. Like that's just
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
It doesn't
but,
have the ring.
But nobody famous or in the past felt like that either.
Oh,
like,
I guess that's
Person
true.
whose name
Exactly.
I share is another guy whose name is Peter Ellison, and he's some random author dude who went to Harvard.
He's
So I
ruining
searched
your
up my
your
name.
life.
I know.
Yeah.
My
I'm-
dad comes up when I
I
search
have
my
no
name.
significance.
have you ever
because
done?
of him?
Yeah. You ever done a thing where you look up your name and it's a person better than you?
Yes. Like a
Yeah,
Harvard
it's my
person?
dad.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah. I have like a whole thing. Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
I
loved
enjoyed
it.
this so much. I love Lemonade Thoughts.
Oh, great
I like
sponsor.
lemonade.
Okay.
THOT.
Mm.
Those are better. But yeah.
What?
Shut.
I would do this again in a heartbeat.
Okay. Well, you're not.
Yes.
So stop it.
How
Stop
dare
your
you.
lie.
How
Okay.
Dare.
Do I get to keep the mariachi band?
No. I'm taking the cake away. There was supposed to be a cheerleader that came out of it, but I mean, I think it got
Was it
baked.
that big of a cake?
I
It
love
got baked in the
She
cake.
got baked in the. There's like there's a skit where I saw that.
That's Adam's Family.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now I remember.
Okay. Thank you guys.
Yeah.